Welcome to It Began in London, the channel where I share my journey as a travel creator. So today we are walking on the streets of London, of course, and this is possibly my second vlog that I'm doing. I'm on the roll. I've just created the first one earlier, and now I just felt like let's do a second one now. And so basically I'm going to be very natural and authentic, just doing a vlog without editing too much, and I'm just gonna be walking and talking, and if I see anything that I want to show you in London, I will just flip my camera around to show you. So I'm currently using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is a wonderful camera. It's a gimbal. It is a video camera. I can take pictures with it. It's just wonderful. It does so many things. It's a vlogging camera. I can pretty much do everything with it, which is great. I've got the black mist filter on right now because it's a bit sunny in London right now. So I just thought, why not invest in something like that to make the pictures better. So this is the second time that I'm doing this right now. Let me show you this area here. And in fact, let's go to Somerset House because we're very close to it. Might as well. So yeah, this channel, it's all about sharing my journey. So obviously now you're seeing just me walking around, just practicing vlogging and walking at the same time. And I'm also practicing with this camera because I'm not 100% used to it. I also need to be mindful of this, holding this camera right now, because in London there is a thing where there's a lot of phone thefts as people are vlogging and walking with their phones in their hands. But I've got this camera on a stick, so hopefully I'll be fine. Oh, okay, so I wanted to show you this, but at the moment I think they are doing some work. Let's see. Oops. Okay. So it's not as nice as it usually is, but still you could feel how it would be without all of the... I think they're building a stage of some sort. So it's probably going to be an event going on here. So this is Somerset House, and I'm going to try to go back now to Waterloo Bridge. And I'm going to cross Waterloo Bridge, so that'd be something nice for you to see as I'm vlogging. And let's see if I can go through this way. I should be able to. So this is a great camera because, as you can see, I mean, you probably can feel or see the up and down motion. So here we are, Somerset House. And I want to go in. I can. Beautiful. And on the other side, we're going to be able to reach Waterloo Bridge. Yes, so bye-bye Somerset House. It was brief. Okay. Right, here we are. So on the left here, well, straight ahead now, that's Somerset House, no, Waterloo Bridge. But you can still see the outside of Somerset House. Okay. All right, so the reason for this vlog today is I wanted to touch on the subject of when you are working on a project. It could be any project, really. In this case, the project that I have is to create this YouTube channel, TikTok channel, and to become a travel content creator. And what I wanted to say was that there are benefits on working in silence. So this is what I wanted to actually talk about. It's working in silence. So that's my first advice. Oh, let me show you this before I carry on. So there's a bar here, Somerset House. This is beautiful at night because it's all lit up and it's beautiful. But there's a bar there. I'm gonna zoom in. So let me test out the zoom instead of walking all the way there. Okay, that's as far as it goes. Let me zoom back. Okay. All right. Okay. So what I wanted to touch on, the subject today is about working in silence. And I highly recommend, if you have any projects that you're very passionate about, that you've had in your mind for a long time, and that you've always felt that either people wouldn't understand or you don't fully trust yourself with it, even though you really know that that's something you want to do, but you don't feel that even yourself is supporting yourself with it because you think, oh no, this is not serious, I can't be making money from this, or what are people going to think? Can I do it? Am I an imposter? Am I an expert? Do I know enough about it? And so you have so many questions yourself that if you then talk about it to someone else, their doubts, their own perception of it and of you will most definitely just break that dream for you. You're not even going to go ahead and take any actions or make any progress just because you probably think that they are right and that you agree with what they're saying, because yourself, you are not 100% sure of what you're doing. So just before I carry on with the subject, I want to show you the view that I have here. We are currently on Waterloo Bridge, and this is the view that you get. Okay, we have Big Ben over there, and we have the London Eye right here. So the Big Ben is here, or here, yeah. It's hard for me to see because this is a small screen. So the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 has a small screen, which is great, but because I want to keep the battery lasting a long period of time, I've actually just set my batteries to 50% brightness. I mean, not the batteries, the brightness of the screen to 50%, just to preserve the energy of the camera. So that's why I do not see properly or very well, especially with the sun. You can't really see the screen very well. But actually, let me test it out as I have you on here. Let me test out with the brightness high to 100%. Okay, yeah, you see a lot better when you have the screen at 100% brightness when it's in a sunny condition like right now. I mean, it doesn't look like it is sunny, to be fair. You can see the clouds but it's actually sunny, so I have to squint with my eyes right now. Okay, so let me put it back to 50% just because I want, as I said, preserve the battery life. Okay, and so, right. Okay, so what I was saying is that you have to be very careful about sharing any ideas or any projects that you have. So working in silence is the way forward, and I can really attest right now that this is key to build momentum in your projects. So this project of creating this channel, it wasn't so much about creating the channel, it was mostly about creating this lifestyle for myself. I want to be a travel creator because I want to travel, and I always like to document everything. I document every single thing. I started doing that from a very young age when I could start taking pictures. I used to take pictures of my own food all the time. I think wherever I went, I liked to document things. And eventually, as times went by, I met people, and they used to say to me, "Your pictures tell a story," and it's like photojournalism. So I just thought, okay. I mean, at first I didn't think anything, but then I realized eventually that I love filming. I love, let's say, filming events. Say if I'm going to a wedding, a friend's wedding or a family member's wedding, I would film and edit, create a montage, and give that as a present. And oftentimes, I would always capture moments that were the least expected, but that were heartwarming and a moment that they wouldn't have even thought that anyone would have captured. So that's the sort of thing that I like doing, because I could tell that that's the kind of moments that people want to see again. And I've always done that. I've always been with my camera out, taking pictures and videos. And then I realized eventually that, you know what, I believe this has a lot to do with my purpose and what I should be doing. And then, as I said in my previous video, is that at the age of 40, I thought, if it's not now, then when? So let's do it now. Everything was just perfect for the occasion. I just thought, okay, let's just do it. So when I decided to do that, though, I was very excited about it, and I wanted to share it. I wanted to share my journey, and I wanted to talk about it with my friends and families, and just explaining to them that this is what I'd like to be doing, because you're excited, which is fair enough. But I knew from past experience that oftentimes when you're sharing something, people, because if they don't understand, they're not going to be excited for you. They're just going to be like, oh, right, okay. And that's normal. I get that. So this is not to complain or diss anyone. I'm just saying that this is human nature. This is normal. If people don't connect with your story, they're not going to stick around and listen to you, which is actually, this is probably what's happening now. If you don't connect with what I'm saying, you're probably not going to want to stick around and listen to what I'm saying. But if you do want to know what I have to say, then please stick around and subscribe if you like, because I'm going to be sharing a lot of my thoughts as I keep going with this journey as a travel creator. And like the video and share for anyone who you may know that may want to go through the same journey and maybe are going through the same sort of emotional journey. So to carry on with what I was saying, is that working in silence was the best thing for me so far, because it allowed me to focus on exactly what I needed to do. So, for example, watching other YouTube videos of other people who have already done the same thing or are already successful in what they're doing as a travel creator. So if I take myself as an example, is I started watching and following people on Instagram and TikTok, other travel creators who are much more successful, of course. So that's what I need to look up to. So just like in anything else, if you want to start a project and become something or someone, one of the best things to do is have mentors. And if you cannot have a physical mentor, like a one-on-one, work one-on-one with someone, then the best resource that you could have is videos of other people telling you exactly what they are doing and the experience that they have, and they give you tips and advice. So that's the first step. So I was then able to think of that, to think, right, let me just focus and do that instead of wasting time explaining to my friends or justifying to my friends and family what my choices are and why I want to be doing this. I thought it's best to keep my energy and just focus it on growing and learning. So this is what I did. I started following other travel creators, and then I felt a part of a community. And also my mind was very much fed with ideas and sights of what they were doing. So in a way, it was easier for me then to sort of imagine myself in the same position as them. And so that's very important. So having mentors, obviously, that's going to propel you forward. They're going to push you ahead much faster than if you were to do everything on your own and try to guess everything from scratch. The other thing is, I would say, I mentioned about energy. So when you start talking to people and telling them, oh, this is what I want to be doing, please follow me, share, comment, what you will find is that oftentimes, once again, because they don't understand fully, some people will mock you, even though they are friends and family members. It's only because they don't understand, and also they're not comfortable with the idea of this new you doing something completely different that they don't understand. So oftentimes they will mock you. So they will find a joke to say to break the ice, or their discomfort in realizing that you're no longer the same person, and it's not even that you're no longer the same person, it's just that they don't recognize this anymore. This new version of you where you are focused on creating something for yourself and working on a project that you are very passionate about. So it's not everyone who will find the courage to do it or find the time to do it and are willing to do it. So that's something that I've realized. So instead of wasting your energy on, again, explaining to people what you're doing or justifying yourself, because a lot of the times they are going to stop you and say, hang on a minute, so if you want to do that, how are you going to make money? And if you're going to do that, then what's going to happen with that? And then they're going to start, I don't know why, they're going to start interrogating you about aspects of your life that it's actually no one's business, to be very honest. So this is why I think that it's very important not to even waste time there, because unfortunately that is what is going to happen, and that's what's happened to me. And I know that nobody means bad by doing that. I believe, I hope that it's out of concern and not just to negate, find something negative to say just to dishearten me along the way. But that's why I'm saying that it's so important not to share and work in silence at first until you build momentum within that project and that you can feel that it's going somewhere, then you could share. But there's no rush. And that's another thing, is I would say there's no point in wanting to share anything, because why would you want to share anything if not to just impress someone? And I would say, if anything, if you're going to work on any project that you are passionate about and that you want to succeed, you have to become more humble and not care about what people are thinking, and really not care about impressing others, because that takes you nowhere. Nobody likes to be impressed upon, let's say. Nobody likes someone who's showing off. No one likes to show off. So that's why in a way, this thing of wanting to do something just to impress others is not going to get you anywhere. So that's why working in silence, once again, is the way forward, because that, if you're someone who likes to impress people and you like to do things just to be able to say, I've done this and I've done that, and show off and post things, and so that people are impressed, first of all, no one is impressed. No one ever gets impressed. If anything, they're just pleased for you, but everyone else just move on with their lives. They don't think twice about you, you know? So if you are someone like that, then working in silence is going to humble you, because then it's going to stop you from wanting to share so much and tell everyone about it. And then eventually you realize that actually I can save so much more time by just focusing all my energy on either learning, practicing, rather than talking and wanting to impress anyone. Because like I said, it's such a waste of time. Nobody gets impressed by anything these days. So there's that. That's another point. The other point is that I want to say why it's good to work in silence is that honestly, you focus on, again, take the right actions. Like for example, I did a live session. I did 7 live sessions in a row on TikTok, and that propelled me forward. What it did to me is that it showed me that there's an audience for what I want to share. There is value in what I'm sharing because people are following, they're commenting, they're engaging. And I would have never done that if I had spoken to anyone about it. If I had spoken to someone and said, I want to do a live, do you think I should do a TikTok live or not? Of course, everyone would have just said, of course not. Why would you do that? You really want to become a social media influencer. And that's the kind of talk that we have these days. And that's what I mean, unless you understand, unless you educate yourself to know that there's actually a big economy, like on social media, there's a big economy there. Unless you're interested in that, you're not going to know. And if you perceive being a social media influencer, content creator as something trivial or superficial or a waste of everybody's time, then the perception you're going to have of someone telling you that this is what I'd like to do will be, of course, tainted by your perception, and you're not going to have anything good to say to them about it. So knowing that, that's why working in silence is crucial, because as soon as you open your mouth and share your dreams or the project that you have in mind that you have for a long period of time in your heart to do, as soon as you hear anything negative like that, oh, it's a waste of time, why would you do that, you're going to lose your privacy, and blah, 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 blah. There's so many negative things to find and say. And of course, then, unless you have built momentum within yourself and within the project that you're working on, then you're going to just listen to what they're saying. And unfortunately, you're probably going to just give up. And that's very sad. And for me, I have to say, from my experience, I have given up in a lot of things because of that reason, because I wasn't feeling strong enough within myself and within my project. And I was listening to others' perception of what I wanted to do. And then I didn't go through with it. So this is why now I'm literally telling you, do not tell anyone anything, because you can waste a lot of time by just trying to fit in with others, please others, because they don't want to see you do something that to them is not, it's a negative thing. And also, as human nature, people don't really want to see someone else succeed more than they are, because it's a reflection of themselves that if that person is doing that, what am I doing? And I'd like to do that too, but I'm not going to say. That's another thing actually that I can say from starting to do this, is that people oftentimes will always have a negative thing to say about social media and influencers. And they will laugh about them and like literally laugh with no regards. But as soon as they have the opportunity to get their pictures taken in the same way as the influencers are, they'll do it. And then they'll be like, oh, here, I'm just gonna do it and pretend to do it. But then they will post that picture because they're happy with it. So what does that say? Is that really people deep down, they do want to do it, but they can't see themselves doing it. And then instead of just accepting that these guys are doing what I'd like to do, I can't do it, and that's it, they mock them instead. So that's another point, is that if people are mocking you or trying to discourage you in any way, it's only because they themselves, maybe not being a social media influencer, but maybe they want to be doing something with their lives, and you actually going ahead with your project and working on your passion is reflecting back to them that maybe they should be doing something about their own dreams also. So that's another reason why, again, that working in silence is crucial to avoid all of that. You don't want to fall out with people. You don't want to start realizing how people are deep down, or how they could react to your news as someone who wants to pursue their dreams and goals. So wow, we've walked a lot and I've talked a lot, so I'm just like having a breather now. But hopefully you're enjoying this vlog right now. And like I said, this is my second time just grabbing this camera, just going ahead with it, pressing record and walking around the streets of London. So if you are enjoying this, I am literally filming and documenting my journey as a travel creator. I've just crossed the road again when I should have had. And if you are enjoying this, then follow me, subscribe, and like my video, share it with anyone else who would like to see what it's like to become a travel creator, because I'm very much at the beginning of it. However, I do have a lot of experience in traveling as a female solo traveler, and I traveled with friends also, partners and family members, but I have to say traveling alone is my first choice. And so yeah, I'm just obviously paying attention to what's going on at the same time. And as I said, I'm going to try not to edit the video too much. I just want it to flow as if I'm doing a live session right now. But in this case on YouTube, I actually want to really touch on subjects, specific subjects like that, to help others to grow, whether it is to become a travel creator like I want to do, or anything else that you want to do. And today I was mentioning about working in silence. So that's it really. I think I'm going to stop the vlog right now because I'm reaching 30 minutes now, and this is again just a test. So if you have any more suggestions about why we should be working in silence rather than waste time sharing our ideas and projects and excitement with others when we don't receive the same excitement back, and that can actually influence how strongly we feel about going ahead with the project. So if you have any more suggestions or advice to add to this, leave a comment, and that can help other people on the journey. And also, if I think of anything more, I'll definitely come back again and share more. So hopefully you've enjoyed this, and we've crossed today. We went from Bloomsbury, we crossed Waterloo Bridge, and we have reached now Elephant and Castle. So I'm going to end this vlog on the sights of Elephant and Castle. So bear with me, we're nearly there. So this is a roundabout that's quite busy. There's a lot of buses and cars, but to be fair, the traffic flows very well here. I've taken the bus many times, so let me show you. I've taken the bus here many times, and I have to say it just flows. Yeah, look, no traffic jam. So here we are. This is Elephant and Castle, a roundabout. You see the station there. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna say bye for now, and hopefully you've enjoyed today, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.